Let's go to our next example. We have y is equal to 2x cubed cosecant x plus square root of x minus 2 all over the product of sine x plus 1 and x cosine x minus 1. Okay, so let's recall the quotient rule. So we have the quotient rule. Okay, suppose you have h of x which is equal to f of x over g of x, provided g of x is not equal to 0. So you have h prime of x is the following. So this is the denominator and f is the numerator. So you have to copy the denominator and then square it. And then copy again the denominator here in the numerator of h prime times the derivative of f. So you have f prime minus. So instead of g of x, you have f of x. And instead of f prime, you have g prime. Okay. So this is the derivative h prime. So again, we have g of x times f prime of x minus f of x times g prime of x. The whole thing is divided by the square of g of x. So how do we apply this to our example? So suppose this is f of x and this one is g of x. Okay, so you have dy over dx. So based on the formula, you have to square the denominator. So the denominator is sine x plus 1 times x cosine x minus 1. So you have to square it. And then again, based on the numerator, you have g of x. So you copy sine x plus 1, x cosine x minus 1. And then you get the derivative with respect to x of 2x cubed cosecant x plus square root of x minus 2 minus you have 2x squared cosecant x plus square root of x minus 2. Don't forget the parentheses. And then this is multiplied by the derivative with respect to x of the numerator. So you have, of the denominator rather, so you have sine x plus 1 times x cosine x minus 1. Okay. We are now ready to get these two derivatives here. So we get the first one. So the derivative with respect to x of 2x cubed cosecant x plus square root of x minus 2. Okay. So what is the derivative of 2x cubed times cosecant x? So this is actually a product. So this can be seen as 2x cubed times cosecant x. Okay. So for the derivative, you copy 2x cubed. And then the derivative of cosecant, it's negative cosecant x cotangent x plus cosecant x and then multiply by the derivative of 2x cubed. So you bring down 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then you subtract 1 from the exponent. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So you have x squared. And then how about the derivative of the square root of x? So square root of x can be written as x to the 1/2. So the derivative would be the following. So you bring down 1/2. So 1/2 x. You subtract 1 from the exponent. So this becomes negative 1/2. And the derivative of negative 2 is, of course, 0. So we have the following. So you have sine x plus 1 times x cosine x minus 1. This derivative here is equal to the following. So you have to multiply by 2x cubed negative cosecant x times cotangent x plus cosecant x times 6x squared, and then plus 1 half x to the negative 1 half. Okay, so let's remove this portion. Let's erase the following portion so that we have some space for the other derivative. Okay. So how about the derivative with respect to x of the product of sine x plus 1 and x cosine x minus 1? Okay. So again, this is product. So copy the first factor. So you have sine x plus 1 and then multiply by the derivative of the second factor. So this is a product. So how do we get the derivative of x cosine x? So this is a product. So the first factor is x. So x times derivative of cosine x. Derivative of cosine x is negative sine of x. Plus, you copy cosine x and then you multiply by the derivative of x, which is 1. So you have the following. Negative x sine x plus cosine x. And then the derivative of negative 1 is of course 0. And then plus, you copy x cosine x minus 1 times the derivative of sine x plus 1. What's the derivative of sine x? Cosine x. Derivative of 1, again, 0. So we now have minus 2 x cubed cosecant x plus square root of x minus 2 times the derivative of sine x plus 1 times x cosine x minus 1. So you have the following: sine x plus 1 times negative x sine x plus cosine x plus x cosine x minus 1 times cosine x. Okay. So this whole thing is the numerator. And don't forget to write the denominator. So we just erase this portion. Okay. So we have to divide everything by the denominator, the square of the product of sine x plus 1 and x cosine x minus 1. So this is the final answer.